You know, in the Proxmox world, there's always something new bubbling up. Right now, a tool called ProxPatch is trying to solve a problem that every single sysadmin absolutely dreads. But by doing that, it's kicked off this massive debate about the right way to manage our infrastructure. So is it a brilliant, simple fix, or is it just an over-engineered toy? Well, let's dig in and figure it out.
All right, let's set the scene. I want you to picture this. If you've ever managed a server cluster, you know this feeling deep in your bones. It's late, maybe 2 a.m., a critical update just dropped, and you are staring down a whole series of manual, high-stakes tasks where just one wrong click could bring the entire thing crashing down.
I mean, this quote from the discussion around ProxPatch just says it all, doesn't it? It is a rallying cry. It's for everyone who's been there doing that repetitive, nerve-wracking work that for some reason always has to happen when the rest of the world is fast asleep.
And that ritual, it is always the same. You pick a node, you start draining it, you carefully migrate all its VMs over to another host, you run the updates, and then you hold your breath while it reboots. You're just sitting there, watching the cluster's quorum like a hawk, just praying it comes back online healthy. And when it finally does, great, now you get to do it all over again for the next node, and the next. It is just mind-numbingly tedious.
So this is exactly the pain point that ProxPatch is designed to fix. It's not trying to be some massive do-everything framework. Nope, it is a purpose-built tool designed to solve this one very specific and very common problem. So what is it really? Well, ProxPatch is a lightweight tool with one job: to automate rolling patches across the Proxmox cluster and to do it safely. It's all about orchestration. And it's written in Rust, which, trust me, is a key detail that we are absolutely going to come back to in a bit. And here's the magic. Here's how it works. It basically follows a super disciplined, automated version of that manual ritual we just talked about. First, it checks the cluster's health and quorum. Then, it picks a safe node to update. It applies the updates, and, this is key, only if a reboot is actually needed, it live-migrates the VMs. It reboots the node, waits, confirms it's back and healthy, and then, and only then, does it move on to the next one. It's all about safety and predictability. But here's the thing. That laser-like focus is exactly what has sparked this huge debate in the community. And really, it all boils down to a classic tech conflict: simplicity versus flexibility. This right here is the core of the counterargument. You've got tons of experienced operators looking at ProxPatch and saying, hey, hold on, I've already solved this. I've got a script, I've got an Ansible playbook that does this, and probably a dozen other things. And you know what? That is a completely fair point. This really lays out two totally different philosophies. On one side, you've got the Ansible way. Ultimate flexibility, total control. But, yeah, a much steeper learning curve. On the other side, you have the ProxPatch way. It's opinionated, it's focused, and it's designed for low cognitive overhead. It's not a framework. It's a single tool for a single job. And because of this, we're seeing three distinct camps starting to form. First, you have the automation veterans. These are the folks who are totally happy with their powerful, flexible Ansible playbooks. Then you have the pragmatic operators, who just love the idea of a simple, dedicated tool that just works out of the box. And finally, you've got the curious evaluators, who are kind of sitting on the sidelines, watching to see if this new approach actually has legs.
Okay, so let's get real for a second. The crucial thing to understand here is that ProxPatch is not for everyone, and to really get where it fits, we have to look at some of its limitations and the specific context it was built for.
First and foremost, the single-node reality check. ProxPatch needs a cluster to perform its magic. If you're just running one Proxmox node, well, there's nowhere to migrate your VMs to, right? A reboot means downtime, period. This tool can't change the laws of physics. We also have to remember, this is still an early-stage project. The community is already jumping in with great feedback, like ideas for better package management, and the developer is actively listening. Now that's the sign of a healthy, evolving tool. But it also means you should probably test it thoroughly before you trust it with your critical production workloads. Now remember how I mentioned it was written in Rust? Okay, this wasn't just a random choice. It is a really significant part of the tool's identity, and frankly, its appeal to a certain kind of engineer. So why does Rust matter so much here? Well, for a tool that is orchestrating server reboots, Rust's famous guarantees around memory safety give you a huge degree of reliability. It also compiles down to a small, single binary with no external runtimes to manage. That means you don't have to install a bunch of other junk to get it to work. It's fast, it's efficient, and it's self-contained, which is exactly what you want in your system tooling.
When you zoom out from all this, the whole conversation around ProxPatch points to something bigger. This isn't just about one little utility, it's about a broader trend in how we're thinking about managing our infrastructure.
And a quick look at the project's roadmap gives us some pretty big clues. There are plans for deeper integration with Ceph storage and smarter logic for handling migrations. This stuff shows real ambition. ProxPatch could evolve from just a simple helper script into a truly cluster-aware orchestrator that understands the deep connection between compute and storage.
And that right there brings us to the absolute core of it. This debate, it isn't really about ProxPatch versus Ansible. It's a philosophical question about the very nature of the tools we use and where responsibility for these tasks should even lie.
And so, we end with this question. For you, where should this logic live? Should it just be one small feature buried inside a massive configuration management system? Should it be a focused, standalone tool like ProxPatch? Or is this something so fundamental that it should be a core feature of Proxmox itself? The fact that ProxPatch even exists suggests there's no single right answer, but the conversation it has started is definitely one worth watching.